The reason we're here, we're supposed to approach you or your groups one-on-one, and then we'll make sure that we solve every technical issue that you may be having. So, I want to hand over to Cleo so that she says hello to you.
Don't be afraid. You can do this. If your brother next to you can do it, if Simon here can do it, Cleo can do it, okay? You just need to have the right attitude. You just need to have to be fully invested into what you're doing, okay? So we can do this. I'm very excited to be here. Are you guys excited to be here? Yes. Are you excited to be here? Yes. Heck yeah. Are you excited to be here? Yes. Okay, let's do this. So, Simon is definitely going to take us through most of the program, but we are going to be your facilitators. We are here to help you, to guide you, to show you a few tricks here and there, okay? But you guys have to do the work, okay? Yeah, so let's do this.
Very happy to be here. I know a number of you here. I know Maria, Vivian, Halima. I've seen someone from Kuzimba Services. Of course, I've known Emily for all the time she's been in this world. I know Shamim and so many of you, and I'm very happy to see you here. Very thankful to God that the second of its kind Women in FinTech Hackathon is happening. It's the only of its kind in the world. So we're glad it is High People running this in partnership with the Gates Foundation through its Level 1 Project Initiative. And we have a lot of support from the likes of Club Tangaza, from Crosslakes Technologies, from Mojaloop Foundation, from Modusbox, and from many other stakeholders. On the screen is something that I want us to talk about today, briefly as we open up the second Women in FinTech Hackathon. But before I focus on the screen, I wish to let everyone know that one, you know, this ends up in so much glamour at the Women in FinTech Summit that will be happening next week on Friday. But especially this year, we are initiating the first of its kind Women in FinTech Incubator that is going to run for 90 days. So as you start hacking, as you start making things happen, make sure you qualify to be one of the 3 teams that will be selected to be mentored by the best in the tech game. I mean, I'm one of the best, as I don't need to say. Cleo is one of the best. Certified, I've been in this space for 17 years myself. I've developed more than 800 websites over the 17 years. I've developed systems myself. I am the co-chair of Mojaloop Foundation. And I'm the only tech guy that has stood as Lord Mayor for Kampala all the time. So, tested and proven. Today I'm blowing my own trumpet, but I'm very happy we are here. You have the right to create solutions that serve you women and serve us as well as men and everyone else in the world. So we're delighted to have you here. I want to talk about the highway briefly, and then we'll open up this hackathon. As you may see, the pictures may not be very clear, but I'll send the presentation to everyone. That animation was done by George Kasacha. He's also going to be a co-facilitator. I call him Master. I learned most of my technology from him, so many years. I started in 2005, so I call him Master for that. He's probably one of the best guys, best animators in the world that you'll ever find. And the highway is purposely to make sure the hackathon does not become a battlefield, but rather becomes a place of collaboration for all of us. The only time when we get issues on a highway is when we drive badly, when we walk badly and fall into ditches and knock each other and cause accidents. But elsewhere, we are supposed to be able to work interoperably and make sure that ecosystem allows all of us to live. Today, we are living in the age of what we call interoperability. In the financial space and in the entire digital spectrum, we're thinking about making sure we don't waste so much time recreating things that have been created somewhere else, but rather we collaborate to make sure we create the best solution that can solve our problems, either as Africans or as the entire world. So we come into a space like this, one, to first showcase all our great ideas and see which one makes the best sense. And secondly, if you see a team that is winning after the hackathon, feel free to join them and work on building that product and make it a reality. As we open up the hackathon today, I am offering a little $300 for my own wallet to that team that will not only be the best, but one, I think I'll have to collaborate with the facilitators and our other judges, one that will think has a product that has capacity to serve so many people at the same time. So we're going to be doing the highway here today. So as you're competing for winning the $2,000, the $3,000, and being a part of the incubator where you're going to be facilitated with some $300 through the 90 days and all that, each individual, also ensure that you have an eye for seeing the team that you can collaborate with and make the best out of technology. As we think of all that, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to think about things like open source solutions, things that allow interoperability and collaboration, and tools that allow us to spend less time developing and designing solutions that solve problems of more people rather than thinking that we are going to create a solution for every kind of problem. There's something we are working on. I'm working on it, but I don't have so much time with my team. And we call it People Pay. Feel free to copy everything about it. It has no copyright right now, as long as you don't copy the name People Pay, because that is patented. The rest, feel free. You can even use it here in the hackathon and create your own solution. Please go to the next. So I will share this with you. I'm sure you're not able to see it, but it has details like drivers, merchants, consumers, enterprise, and crowdfunding. And you know very well, if you've been in a taxi, you have to pay after using the service. If you've gone to a shop to buy something, you have to pay for it once you're done. If you want to support someone who needs medical attention and they need to pay to a hospital in India or wherever they are, you have to make payments and bring the money together. So today we are here at the Women in FinTech Hackathon to make sure that we create the most amazing and disruptive payment solutions that are also interoperable. And we are creating for everyone, for drivers, for consumers, for merchants, for governments, for donors, and all that kind of stuff. So feel free to innovate and create a solution that you think is solving a problem, but not just helping you to win the competition. So make use of us. We are all freely available for all of you. All you need to do is, if you need something to plug in, tell us. We are available. My number is 0779 34 53 31. So you can drop me a WhatsApp any day, anytime, and let's talk. At least I've been able to talk to a few of you since last year's hackathon. God bless you. May you have a great Women in FinTech Hackathon.
This is how our Slack page looks like. So Slack has what they call channels. And our channel will be High People Tech Issues. That's the channel you'll be accessing. So you can put anything, you can even put their code. And then I look at it and I advise you. I won't tell you that this and this, but I will tell you maybe you're missing a header or something. So this is how we're going to be doing it. Each team will be producing a PowerPoint at the end of the day that is a result of the task that they were supposed to handle. So each day we have a task. So at the end of the 7 days, the product you'll be producing will be from whatever the hackathon has. So I'm going to invite Cleo to talk about the problem statement, then we talk about the tools. You already have the PowerPoint, so we're not going to drill into details because the links are there, the tools are there.
What is a problem statement? A problem statement is a clear description of the issues, and it includes a vision, issue statement, and method used to solve the problem. A problem statement expresses the words that will be used to keep the effort focused, and it should represent a solvable problem. Think about software development like the way we handle normal day-to-day tasks, okay? What are those things you're passionate about, ladies? And the brothers who are here. What are those things you're passionate about? I know Emily is passionate about baking, so I'll use Emily as an example here, okay? Emily, when you're thinking about baking, you have, let's say you want to do chocolate chip cookies, right? Yeah, there is a procedure that you have to follow, right? You have a recipe, okay? Now, similarly, the problem statement when it comes to software development, when you're designing your applications and your systems, what are you looking at to solve? Okay, what is the basis of what you're going to be doing? So like I've talked about chocolate chip cookies. So the end product, what we want is the chocolate chip cookies, okay? So she probably wants to sell them because she has identified market, and there is probably not so many companies out there producing chocolate chip cookies. So Emily realizes that there is a lot of market out there, and there is actually demand for chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so that's a problem she has identified. There isn't enough suppliers, okay, to satisfy that market. So then she comes and thinks about the idea and then documents it. So same thing with the problem statement here. You have to clearly identify what you're trying to solve, okay? And this includes a vision, an issue statement, and the method that you're going to use to solve the problem that has been identified. If I'm going to build people pay, okay, like what we saw here, what do we need? What is it going to take for us to have a working application or a prototype at the end of the whole software development process?
I want to take you through requirements gathering. So when you identify a problem, they have talked about Emily. So Emily will have to go and identify what tools she needs. An oven, okay, then for the design, I don't know how they call them, cookie cutters, and then also the fingers. You must have good fingers to squeeze. That's also another tool. So that's already requirement gathering for baking, okay? And then you also need to know that you must have a good large working table. So you've already done your requirements gathering. Then you appoint and sign. So you're already a team. Each of you in the team must be good at something. All right. I've also shared the summary of the tools. Those are free tools apart from Adobe XD. And this is how a mind map will look like. This is a composition diagram of the hierarchy. For example, if just imagine have what they call an inventory. You must have a hierarchy of, okay, this is how we stock, and then how do we know that this stock is for bags and it has entered this date, and then these are edibles, they shouldn't be mixed with the brittle things of the sort. That's the use case diagram, and then the prototyping tools. And then lastly, the data model. You must relate, when we talk about the data model, the emphasis is about relationships. So with that, concerning data gathering, I want to talk about the development backend tools. There are very many tools. What we need is a working prototype. We don't know which tool you're familiar with, but what we know is an API can connect to any tool. So feel free to use some of the cheapest that I know. React Native, that one you know. You know of Node.js, you know of PHP, you know of Vue Native, you know of Native Script to create apps, you know of Java, you know of Android, you know of Node.js. So feel free to use any of those tools to create your working prototype. All right, I want to welcome back Rita.
We're going to introduce ourselves and then tell us why we are here, yeah? The ideas we have on board, yeah, and so on and so on. We just want to know ourselves and the teams that are here and why they're here, which package they have for us, yeah?
My name is Nakacha Fauzia, and Team Kasaiba. Our idea is Kasente digital platform. It's basically a savings and investment platform that is going to be mainly focusing on young women between 15 years of age to growing adults of about 45 years. So this platform will allow young women to save from as low as $0.1 a day and $4 a month.
My name is Namuganga Emily Immaculate. My team is Mpampe. We are four. And I'm the team lead, the lead developer. We have Maria, she's the marketing lead, and Angela, she's the business analyst.
Our idea is helping women, young women, outsource funds from everyone else. We are doing collective funding from the community to the ladies out there in Uganda.
Hello everyone, I'm called Masi Chalimo and I'm the team leader for School Pesa. Our team is made up of 4 people, me, myself, Emma, Olivia and Hope. That's our team. And School Pesa is a USSD system service that helps parents to save school fees for their children and also pay school fees for their children and also request for loans from the School Pesa system so that they can pay school fees for their children.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Patricia Nekesa. I'm the team lead for Total Self. We are a group of 4 women, and our idea is to create a platform for parents to save up for their children, and save up in a sense that like school fees, any emergencies, health, and all that, so that their children come up and they have a better life in case they run into problems and all that. So our value proposition, as for now, is that parents can save as low as 2,000 shillings. So yeah, we look forward to growing through this. Thank you.
By the name's Asha Waka. I'm from Team Kegeka Investment Club. We are building a circle system that is going to help women or any circle groups to manage their circles and their investments. Yeah, and I'm the lead developer. I'm with Shamim. Shamim is the team leader.
My name is Ovawe Vivian Maria. Our team is the Farmers Financial Development Avenue. We are developing a mobile app for the farmers where they can save money, access loans. Then we'll be also having a module of investors to invest in farmers. Yeah, we are a team of 4, 1 gentleman and 3 ladies. Yeah.
Najuma Dana, team lead Grobiz. Grobiz is a mobile application that helps small and medium enterprises find debt financing for their businesses. Our backbone are investing parties, people who wish to invest their savings or their income from their workplaces and all that. I'm here with Musumba Jared, who's our team, who's our lead developer, and I'm also with Havila Mirumbe and Mario Nachiaga. They'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
I am Namwone Brenda Tabitha. I'm a student of business computing from Makere University Business School, and I'm a woman in tech, into mobile and web and UI UX, and also a CTO of a startup called Wapi. Our solution as Team Moves is something called Kamani. It's a fun and easy solution, a mobile web solution that enables people to keep track of their expenses and find easier ways to manage their finances and appeal to even the littlest of people in society to manage to use these solutions in the easiest ways possible. Thank you.
My name is Gloria. Amaya from Bell Beauty. Our company is creating a digital platform to connect beauty service providers to customers. Our team lead is currently indisposed, but she's watching on YouTube. Shout out to Sharon Amgera, Alice. My team member who's here with me, Brian, is our developer. And yeah, we're excited to be here.
I'm called Musimenta, and I'm from Team Affinity, and our solution is an AgriBid. Our solution is called AgriBid, and this is a web application that connects farmers to big clients. So here we're giving farmers a platform to bring their products and for clients to connect to the farmers. So here we're also giving farmers a chance to own an e-wallet where they're going to be able to save, they're going to be able to pay for utilities, and buy airtime, etc. Thank you so much.
I'm France Eunice Namugenyi. I'm the team leader for Kuzimba Services, and we just provide a platform for people to purchase building materials, but also provide a platform for building and construction professionals to communicate. And we want to build a digital payment system for these clients so that cash transactions can happen.
My name is Tosine Emily Queen, Team Care for Her. My other members are not yet here, but they are coming. So we are here to develop an application which will take care of our mothers and teenagers, especially girls. So everyone is here planning for investments and other things. For us, we are into healthy services.
My name is Emily Sonia Nakawie, and I'm part of the PesaJet team leader. And PesaJet is a business payments application. We were here last year in the Women in FinTech Hackathon, the first one, and we did a school fees payments application or product, which was very successful. Right now, you can access it on the Google Play Store. Yeah, the name is PesaJet, the fastest payment solution, your money plane. Thank you.
I am Shamim Nidere. I'm the team lead at Izere Education. We are into education and we are into serving low-income communities, transforming how children learn in communities. Our solution is Izere EduBank, and would like to bring digital wallets on future phones for teachers in low-income communities. After the pandemic, so many teachers are quitting the teaching profession, and we know that teachers in low-income communities struggle with money. We want to provide a platform for them to earn some money from their skills, from the resources they can create, and they can easily access it on a future phone like this, because we have an academy which can also be accessed on a future phone. So we are also going to give them work, and we shall pay them through a phone that they really have. I'm so glad to be here. My lead tech is Harriet, and we have another guy on the team who is the developer, and my other colleague who is a young lady who will be joining us.
My name is Bukira Halima. Team lead Hagalt, and he is our CTO, Okelo Ivan Elijah. So the problem we identified is limited access to funding for NGOs and lack of a seamless interoperable money transfer system. And our solution is Nigarimie, which is a Swahili word to mean fund me. So it's going to be a web application that helps NGOs to carry out humanitarian activities, get access to funding, and also have those funds wired to them seamlessly. So yeah, that's our solution. We were here in the last hackathon, and we had a payment system. Our interface was for everyone to use, but this time around we are looking at NGOs, and we see that NGOs reach so many people, and in this pandemic, they are the ones that have been helping people get food, get access to health care, so they also need to be helped. That's why we're coming up with this system. Thank you very much.
This afternoon, we shall have a mentorship session, and already we have a live YouTube link and a live Facebook link. So in the afternoon, you can share that link to as many people as possible, because so many ladies out there would want to be here. They can't be here, and the mentor that will be talking will be sharing information that's not only beneficial to you, but beneficial to everyone. So you can share that link. It is an open link that can be accessed and read by everyone.
Namganga Emily Immaculate. Namganga. Oh, hi. The question is, have you heard of JavaScript object notation and what it is?
Namganga Emily, Fauzia is asking you something. Have you heard of JavaScript object notation? And she said it's what?
Yes, I have heard of JSON object notation. It is a way of storing objects in like an array. Yes, so it's like an entire object of objects.
Yes, my name is Ronnie Atayre, and I'm part of the pumping team. I'm just supporting her, what she has said. JSON is basically, you can create a database. Actually, JSON is a key value data structure that uses JavaScript, but you can also use other languages, you can implement it. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the other thing is it is used for data integration, like you're making two systems communicate together.
So my question goes to Mujisha Ivan. Why do you need the prize money? Specifically the hackathon prize money.
Mugisha Ivan Yalagatha is my name, and I've been tussled with this question that reads, why do I really need the prize money? I can say a lot of things that, one, the prize money can better my life. That is one of the things. But above all, I want to put this idea into life. That's why I need this prize money.
This one goes to my namesake, Emily Sonia Nakawi. Why is interoperability important in the FinTech ecosystem?
So, as we know, FinTech, financial inclusion, interoperability is to include everyone. So, as FinTech companies or as people that produce FinTech programs, we are trying to include interoperability in everything we do because we want to include everyone and make sure everyone what we do. We're designing solutions such as things that help pay school fees, help farmers, things that help someone who's in Mkono pay for their goods that are at Acacia. So that's basically interoperability, something that includes everyone. So once we do that, we are helping ourselves and the FinTech ecosystem. So back to your question, how is interoperability important in the FinTech ecosystem? It helps include everyone. It provides us, it gets us money, it earns us income. It helps someone get a product that they want. It just helps everyone, it includes everyone. That's it, one loop.
My name is Emmanuel Segona. This question goes to Vivian Doreen. Vivian Doreen, tell us about Heroku.
Basically, Heroku is a hosting platform. For example, in case you build like a website or you have your API out there, it is a platform that you can always access such that it helps you deploy your API or your website in order for anyone out there in the world can be able to view it. Sorry? Yeah, okay. Some part it's free, but the free version comes with an extension of Heroku. But in case you don't want that extension and you want to customize it with your own name, that is when you have to pay for it. But in case you do not want, you have to take the free version which comes with Heroku.
What is a business model?
Okay, thank you for the question. So a business model is, let me put it into a layman's language. This is something that will help you get money or organize. It's more like an It's like a document that will help you organize your idea that will lead into a business at the end of the day.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Bonavana. This question goes to Akot Harriet P. How can tech be used to encourage more girls to take up science subjects and courses?
So my question is, how can tech be used to encourage girls? I think we could use tech, how can I put this? We could make it more fun. For example, my little sister, I taught her Scratch. You know, Scratch is it's a platform where young kids can learn to program using blocks. So she can drag and drop a block and be like, if this happens, then let the cartoon jump up. So she really picked up a lot of interest in this tech thing, and she was just 9. She was like, oh, I want more Scratch. It has an advanced Python course. So after they learn the basics of building blocks, how to animate a little bit, they can go into the programming.
Hello, my name is Kesa. This question goes to Awar, Vivian, Maria. I'm Asha, and this question goes to Izere EduBank. How can tech be integrated into our current education system?
I run an edutech called Izere Education. It has an edutech called Izere Academy. We can access
It's a web platform where parents can access skills and courses for their children. It's like the Udemy of Uganda, but in the skills that the future of work needs and today's child needs. So we are teaching children to be creative, to be problem solvers, to learn to communicate better, to learn design thinking, for example, to learn about money, to learn about goal setting, all those skills that our schools are not teaching. They are accessible there, and they're also accessible on a USSD phone. So, and it's not the only edtech. Because of COVID, we have had a rise of edtechs. There are so many, and it's a major win for our education system, because now knowledge is not just limited to a teacher in a classroom at Kampala parents. That teacher can extend their knowledge to a child in Kanungu, where I come from, or in another village. So I'm saying technology can give an opportunity to children in low-income communities to get access to skills they would not get. So even beyond COVID, I would encourage all of us to support people in our circles to tap onto the edtechs. Even yourself, you can start by yourself and say, which skills do I need today to thrive in the future of work right now? And you upskill. You're not going to upskill from maybe Makerere where you are, but you can upskill. There are many open source education things available. So edtech is a major win for us in education, and I'm so happy COVID disrupted how education is done.
My name is Nakaiza Shami. So I would like to ask Patricia Roda Nikesa a question. Do you think you need a company registered? If so, why?
Depending on what you do and how you want to do it, I think you should have your company registered. But the ideal situation for a country like ours would be for all companies to be registered. It helps with a lot of business deals. There are some companies that won't give you business if you're not registered. For example, the government will not deal with you if you're not registered. But there are some businesses that really, if you register, you may be getting yourself into a terrible cycle of taxes that may actually run you down into the ground. The decision will be based on what you want to do for yourself and your company, and yeah, what kind of business deals you want to have.
I'm going to do this session with my colleague, George Kasacha, Master, and we're going to be doing bits of Level 1 project and Mojaloop. We're going to first of all be understanding what Level 1 project is. I'm going to start from I remember back in the days, George will remind me what time it was, but I remember in about 2008 or 9, we wanted to render animated videos, and we were using either Pentium 4 or Pentium 3 computers with about RAM of 256 MBs, not even a GB. But then we had control over a lab that had more than 400 computers in Makerere. I was teaching in Makerere, he was teaching. So whenever we needed to do a render of just 15 seconds of 3D, we had to merge about 50 computers and create what they call a render farm. So we were merging all these computers just for the sake of having more RAM. And the RAM I wanted to achieve couldn't cover the RAM I have on my PC. Like it couldn't do my 16 GB even then. And we needed to make sure we do that on a Friday like this, when we're sure students are going home and Saturday they're not going to be in the lab, and Sunday, so we can render 30 seconds of an animated video. And well, the render lab could make some sense. For some reason, we were able to render these videos. I remember we were working one time on a music video called Push. Yeah, and well, it was crazy. It took us 3 months to render this video because we didn't have the capacity to have. The easiest thing we could do was to send this video to the US and have it rendered there, because they have render farms in Hollywood. And we had to pay, I think, about $300 per every minute. And then the owner of the video had given us like 300,000 shillings in reality. So it was crazy. And in 3 months, we earned 300,000 shillings. Divide, get the math right and see. We're earning maybe 3,000 shillings every day. Yeah, 2 of us, these big heads of ours. You can imagine. So I am talking about that because I want us to get to the real reality of what technology is supposed to be for us. This machine of mine, I always brag about it because it's a lucky one. I always say whenever I buy a machine, it should make me billions of dollars, or in the worst case, it should make me billions of shillings. But it's a lucky one because at the time when I bought it, I was working on a project, a movie project, featuring Gloria Moses called Life of a Champion. And I was having the same challenge, the render issue. I wish George and Knowlton would come down here because they're also up there. We have them here. So we were working with Mojaloop, if you've heard about them. And among all of us, no one had a machine that could render 90 minutes of a movie within at least 2 hours. So we spent 90 days trying to get the trailer of the movie before we do the entire editing. The timeline is just about 3 minutes, but still we didn't get the real trailer out, and the machine couldn't do the render. So one time, I go to Mojaloop because that's where we did our first bit of the production, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I have paid 120,000 shillings for 90 days. How crazy can I be? What if this takes a whole year? So I bought the machine. I said, let me look for something that makes sense. When I bought the machine, Knowlton and George, our colleagues, they have won Malta Awards as best video directors in the country and in Africa. They have so many machines. So when I brought mine, they were like, wow, this is a ghost. It does things miraculously and in real time, yeah? So this movie edited the movie, this machine edited the movie is now on Amazon. I'm talking about it because I want to tell you that one machine now solves problems of 50 machines. And because something has done differently to make sure that that machine can serve the purpose of all of us here. The Level 1 project is an initiative of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. And it was started about 7 years ago. And the initiative was purposely to help people like me and you learn how to build interoperable real-time payment systems easily and affordably. But because I have given you examples about rendering and about using one machine to do work of 50 machines, the same thing was the biggest challenge. Yes, you have the framework, you have the research, you understand things should be done this way. But how can you show everyone that actually there is a way of doing them? How do you lead by example? The example was, let us do something that can show everyone how interoperable real-time payment systems are done. So Mojaloop was designed.
Hello everyone. I'm George Kasacha. Usually people call me Chisacha, I'm Kasacha. K-A-S-A-K-Y-A. And I'm very honored to be among you people. You're world changers. You have to understand that. You're very special. You're one of those few people who have decided to embark on a journey of changing lives through technology. As hard as people usually term technology to be, it is not hard. It depends on how you understand it. Technology is more or less like the language you speak. You just need to know the semantics and the syntaxes you're supposed to use, and guess what? It's going to work out for you. Right? So about the machine, actually, that story is so interesting because this machine here, there is what we call 4K, it's a new standard. And all of us, when we saw this machine and the kind of footage that was being captured, it was meant for very big machines. Machines that cost around $70,000. Very big machines, like as big as this. So when this machine came in, we pressed a certain one button and everything was seamless. We were like, no, there's something wrong. So I used to call it, no offense, I used to call it a demon. I was like, this is a demon for the white people. But apparently, that's how good technology has become. Some time back, actually we almost got sued on one project he was talking about because we promised to submit this project in less than 3 weeks. And guess what? In 3 months, we were not through. but we were earning 3,000 shillings divided by 2, that's 1,500 each. You get my point? So right about now, technology has so much evolved to the extent that a single machine can do that work. It means that, again, we are part of that technology. We can add more to that technology. Level 1 project. Sometime in about 2015, 2016, there was a meeting in London called One Night in London. And several technology companies, FinTechs, which is financial technology companies that deal with financial technology, were trying to troubleshoot and see how to connect various people onto that common rail or common ground that we can all share transactions. And the Melinda and Gates Foundation came up with the Level 1 project. That's when it was born. How? We looked at 2 billion people. There is a survey of 2 billion people who use cash to do. They actually make all transactions in cash. Buy things, borrow, and do everything cash. Go to the shop, buy this. Now they miss out on various advantages of the banking sector and the convenience of using digital banking solutions. So a few principles were made to govern how to include the 2 billion people. These 2 billion people are the people who use, and they're mainly in Asia and Africa, and the remote areas of USA and America and Europe. So those kind of rules to govern what we call interoperability, the ability for all of us, whether using a smartphone or a feature phone like this, feature or dumb phone, computers, and any other accessory that can connect to a network. These rules were formed up to govern all of that, so that we can share this information. That's how the Level 1 project was born. And we'll look through the principles. There are generally 5, but we can take them to 7. So that's how the Level 1 project came up. So the Level 1 project is more or less like a plan of how we can connect everyone, how everyone can be connected. How do you include, you as a programmer, you as someone who is dealing in technology, how can you include someone who knows nothing about tech? You get my point? And organizations have been trying to harness that. For example, if you look at MTN, Airtel, they have tried to use mobile money. As much as they haven't really reached the Level 1 project principles, for some reasons we may not know, but they have managed to get some. For example, with this phone, I can send money to anyone. With this phone, probably in the future, I'll be able to go to Jumia and purchase something. But at least something is being done about the interoperability.
Now what you see on this screen here is a scenario of a real-time payment system enabled ecosystem that allows players like banks, fintechs, electronic money issuers, non-banks, governments, businesses, governments, and merchants and agents all to participate in the same kind of ecosystem. We are in the Women in FinTech Hackathon, and we're not here to get women to do things that have been done by men already. We are not here to see women developing apps that allow them to sell bananas. It is also good, but we're not here to see women do that. We are here to see women take lead in developing national and regional payment systems that allow things like cross-border payments. I mean, imagine a situation when you can be able to be in Uganda and have your Airtel mobile money wallet, and you can be able to make a payment in any country around East Africa. You go to Congo, you don't need a bank account, you pay anyone. You go to South Sudan, you can pay anyone. You go to Kenya, you can pay anyone with Airtel, with M-Pesa. You can pay anyone in Tanzania with Tigo. You can pay anyone in Zambia with any, no matter what network they subscribe to. Someone has a microfinance account. You go and they need a payment from you, or you need to receive a payment from them. they can seamlessly make it without having to ask you what network are you using. Now, interoperability started way back, and it's not only about payments, but the first bit of technology to achieve interoperability was the general internet, the World Wide Web, that as long as someone had the URL www.highpeople.com, www.clubtangaza.com, you can access them wherever they are. And you don't need to ask them what kind of website you have. The other bit that achieved interoperability easily was the direct GSM calls. That when you're calling someone, apart from the fear of how much you're going to be charged, you call anyone easily wherever they are in the world, because one SIM allows you to connect to any boundary easily. And that is what we want to achieve with interoperability and with money itself. Of course, there are so many fears around money, especially digital money, because fiat currency many times doesn't come with extra cost. If I have done a job and you have to pay me 50,000 in cash, most times it's supposed to be 50,000, that's it. Unless if you have to pay a bribe. But you will have to give me the 50,000 and I am good. Now the challenge comes in that if you have to pay 50,000 shillings using mobile money, the minimum cost is about 2,000 shillings. Either a 1,200 shillings for withdrawals and then sending fees. And then sometimes that becomes a little bit costly. Though, on the other hand, it is a little bit very convenient. Why? I will sit in my bedroom, I make payments to 100 people within 1 hour without having to move anywhere, without asking whether you're on MTN, you're on M-Pesa, or anywhere you are, or without minding whether you're using a bank account, whatever you're using. So what happens is, this would ideally look like an interoperable payment scheme or a switch that includes participants like DFSPs. DFSP in full is digital financial service providers. These can include banks, these can include e-money issuers, they can include FinTechs, like those you've seen in 40 days for the FinTechs, and those that you want to become, some of you. And then there are other non-bank operators that operate cash, and they're able to issue money or to initiate payments. Yeah. So when we have to create a scheme like that includes this kind of participants, on this other side, they are users of these services, because the banks do not use their services, apart from the fact that they will use them to make payments on behalf of either consumers like us. I want to buy something, I want to pay for fuel, I want to buy a phone, I want to buy data, so I am a consumer, and I can use any of these to make a payment. Imagine if all of them are within the same ecosystem, and we are all able to make the same payments at once, as in, I don't need to ask Simon, which bank are you using? Instead, I just tell him, give me your bank ID. I mean the number, the identity, and I make the payment. Yeah, you can call it an account. It can be a transactional account, it can be his identifier, whatever it is. Or I just ask, I'm like, oh, Cleo, give me your phone number. And through her number, I can find out that she has this account and this one, so I can pay to whoever I wish. So now, that is what Mojaloop is. Mojaloop is a blueprint that should be helping women in FinTech Hackathon create one of that kind, payment system or scheme. Yeah. If we work out one together here in the hackathon, and it makes a lot of sense, we might never need to go to another step of getting any other people to do the same. Instead, we will be lobbying Central Bank and Ministry of Finance to allow to use the one we've created, because one, it adheres to all international standards. Two, it has been built based on research and good practice globally. And then three, it helps in saving the cost of all of these participants.
So at this moment, we're going to present our problem statements.
I am Namone Brenda Tabitha from Team Moves, as I'd already earlier mentioned. And our solution is called Kamani. We realize that a lot of people and small business owners do not properly budget for their businesses. Most people living hand to mouth end up spending more money than they are making in a day. You find that someone has spent quite the amount of money buying stock and does not exactly make the right returns from that. Or someone is putting into their pockets but spending more than they can earn, right? You are spending about 500,000 in a month, but your income coming in could be around 400,000. So you are left with about 100,000 in excess, leaving you with nothing to save on the side. So what our solution offers is an intuitive and exciting way for people to be able to keep track of their finances and build a financial independence kind of thing amongst themselves or within themselves. So this is meant to inculcate that culture within our societies and to help people on either side of the spectrum, be it a low-earning person or someone with a high or a great or fat pocket check. So that is what we are looking at.
Well, since we have the luxury of internet right now, I want us to search for an article. It was in Monitor. It was in the Daily Monitor. It was published on the 10th of September 2020. It was a Thursday. So here we are seeing the prices of farmers stuck with produce as prices fall. Yes, so we are touched by this as Team Affinity. The problem being that the farmers were finding it hard to connect beyond their physical regions. So what is Team Affinity doing about this? We decided to come up with a web application, which is going to be a digital marketplace for the farmers. The farmers will be able to upload their products, and then the clients, who are the final consumers, will be able to get the products. Will be able to buy the products directly from the farmers. Thank you so much. He said we should make it brief and precise. Thank you so much.
Our Vivian Maria. Today I'm from Team Farmers Financial Development Avenue. And how we came up with that idea, we noticed that during this COVID-19 period, very many people in Uganda have been lacking food. Yet our country has a very favorable climate to support farming, and there are very many people that are interested in farming, but they don't know how to farm, but they would like to invest in farmers. And very many people have lost jobs, especially the teachers, and farming has been available. Our system is going to be a mobile application for the farmers, and on our application you can access loans. Then we will be having investors who would like to invest in the farmers. We will be having an insurance platform for the farmers. Then we'll be having farmer groups for the different agricultural ventures. For example, if there is a farmer group of farmers that deal in beekeeping, the farmers that deal in cattle keeping, they'll be able to cooperate from our application to support agriculture in the whole country, because agriculture is the background of our country. Thank you.
I'm Diana. I'm team lead Gerbies. Our application is a digital platform that is going to help small-scale businesses, small and medium enterprises, find funding in form of working capital and seed capital. This is going to help people who had setbacks due to the previous 2 lockdowns we've had in Uganda due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, generally, that's our target market and the people we are going to be helping, small-scale businesses.
My name is Bridget Akankunda. I'm with the team Care for Her. So the problem we're trying to solve is a lack of medical access for the most female millennials and single mothers and low-income earners. So we are creating a platform for them to be able to save to access medical care whenever they can, since insurance and medical aid really doesn't cover that portion of the population. So that's what we're trying to focus on.
Hi everyone, I'm from Team PesaJet, and PesaJet is a business payments application. Today and this week we've come with a solution called Farm More. You hear the name, we want people to farm more, and we are looking at basically all farmers in Uganda and outside. We pray to grow that way. Plus, we're looking at people who carry out farming on a small scale. What we want to do for these farmers is help them get farm input. There are 2 ways to this. You can use your own money to get this, or you can use the loans that PesaJet provides, which are at a very low interest. Then we are planning on partnering up with storekeepers, who these farmers can get the products like insecticides or vaccines for their animals. And we want to make a digital supply chain whereby we are partnering up with borders, something like Safe Border, so that these farmers can get their products anywhere at any time. Plus, we want to make this through fast payments in real time. Thank you.
Basically, we are going to be dealing with teachers. We all know this COVID pandemic has hit the education sector badly, so they haven't been working. Our solution is actually going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. One, we want to provide gigs for these teachers to be
teaching in their communities, and then we'll compensate them for that work. So our system is going to be like a digital online bank, which they can access with their feature phones via USSD. They will be able to get paid on the platform. They can request loans, and many other financial services. So basically that is it. We're trying to empower teachers so that they can also love what they do, like other professions.
We have close to over 14,000 NGOs, but more than 2,000 NGOs that are registered and authorized to carry out their activities. And the major problem they're facing is access to funding, and there is no system, any payment system that is interoperable and seamless to to wire their funding. So what we are going to develop is a web application that will help to give those NGOs access to funding, connect the NGOs with the donors, and also help in wiring that money seamlessly and interoperably.
Out of experience, so you find that most circles in Uganda are collapsing. Some are struggling due to fraud, poor governance, and poor record keeping. So therefore, Tegeka is here to solve the stated problem. It's going to build an open source web application that is going to help people in their circles manage their activities.
My name is Gloria. Our idea is a digital platform. It's basically a savings and investment platform that is going to be mainly focusing on young women between 15 years of age to growing adults of about 45 years. So this platform will allow young women to save from as low as $0.1 and $4 a month. There's more to it, but in the interest of time, I'll end there.
My name is Namuganga Emily Immaculate. My team is Mpampe. Our idea is helping young women outsource funds from everyone else. We are doing collective funding from the community to the ladies out there in Uganda.
I'm called Mercy Chalimo, and I'm the team leader for School Pesa. And School Pesa is a USSD system service that helps parents to save school fees for their children and also pay school fees for their children, and also request for loans from the School Pesa system so that they can pay school fees for their children. The reason why we came up with that solution is because parents end up taking their children to poor schools because they cannot afford to pay school fees for their children. And then also there has been a very high level of school dropouts because they cannot afford to pay. So we coordinate with them and then they access.
My name is Patricia Negesa. I'm the team lead for Total Self. We are a group of 4 women, and our idea is to create a platform for parents to save up for their children, and save up in a sense that like school fees, any emergencies, health, and all that, so that their children come up and they have a better life in case they run into problems and all that. So our value proposition, as for now, is that parents can save as low as 2,000 shillings. So yeah, we look forward to growing through this. Thank you.
By the name is Asha Waka. I'm from Team Tegeka Investment Club. We are building a circle system that is going to help women or any circle groups to manage their circles and their investments. Yeah, and I'm the lead developer. I'm with Shamim. Shamim is the team leader.
My name is Ovawe Vivian Maria. Our team is the Farmers Financial Development Avenue.
We are developing a mobile app for the farmers where they can save money, access loans. Then we'll be also having a module of investors to invest in farmers. Yeah, we are a team of 4, 1 gentleman and 3 ladies. Yeah.
Najuma Dana, team lead Grobiz. Grobiz is a mobile application that helps small and medium enterprises find debt financing for their businesses. Our backbone are investing parties, people who wish to invest their savings or their income from their workplaces and all that. I'm here with Mr. Majard, with our team, the lead developer, and I'm also with Havila, Melinda, and Melinda. They'll be here tomorrow.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Namwone Brenda Tabitha. I'm a student of business computing from Macquarie University Business School, and I'm a woman in tech, into mobile and web and UI UX, and also a CTO of a startup called Wapi. Our solution as Team Moves is something called Kamani. It's a fun and easy solution, a mobile web solution that enables people to keep track of their expenses and find easier ways to manage their finances and appeal to even the littlest of people in society to manage to use these solutions in the easiest ways possible. Thank you.
My name is Gloria. Amaya from Bell Beauty. Our company is creating a digital platform to connect beauty service providers to customers. Our team lead is currently indisposed, but she's watching on YouTube. Shout out to Sharon Angera Ali. My team member who's here with me, Brian, is a developer. And yeah, we're excited to be here. Our solution is called AgriBid, and this is a web application that connects farmers to big clients. So here we're giving farmers a platform to bring their products and for clients to aggregate for clients to connect to the farmers. So here we're also giving farmers a chance to own an e-wallet where they're going to be able to save, they're going to be able to pay for utilities and buy airtime, etc. Thank you so much.
Provide a platform for building and construction professionals to communicate, and we want to build a digital payment system for these clients so that they cash transactions can happen.
My name is Tosina Emily Queen, Team Care for Her. My other members are not yet here, but they are coming. So we are here to develop an application which will take care of our mothers and teenagers, especially girls. So everyone is here running for investments and other things for us who are into therapy services.
My name is Emily Sonia Nakawie, and I'm part of the PesaJet team leader. And PesaJet is a business payments application. We were here last year in the Women in FinTech Hackathon, the first one, and we did school fees payments application or product, which was very successful. Right now, you can access it on the Google Play Store. Yeah, the name is PesaJet, the fastest payment solution, your money planning. Thank you.
I am Shamim Nidere. I'm the team lead at Is There Education. We are into education and we are into serving low-income communities, transforming how children learn in communities. Our solution is There EduBank, and would like to bring digital wallets on future phones for teachers in low-income communities. After the pandemic, so many teachers are quitting the teaching profession, and we know that teachers in low-income communities struggle with money. We want to provide a platform for them to earn some money from their skills, from the resources they can create, and they can easily access it on a feature phone like this, because we have an academy which can also be accessed on a feature phone. So we are also going to give them work, and we shall pay them through a phone that they really have.
My name is Bukira Halima. Team lead Hagal.
and he is our CTO, Okelo Ivan Elijah. So the problem we identified is limited access to funding for NGOs and lack of a seamless interoperable money transfer system. And our solution is Nigarimie, which is a Swahili word to mean fund me. So it's going to be a web application that helps NGOs to carry out humanitarian activities, get access to funding, and also have those funds wired to them seamlessly. Our interface was for everyone to use, but this time around we are looking at NGOs, and we see that NGOs reach so many people, and in this pandemic, they are the ones that have been helping people get food, get access to health care, so they also need to be helped. That's why we're coming up with this system. Thank you very much.
Today, as we said, is day one, and we expect you to have a very good product in 6 days, an MVP, to say the least. My name again is Nicholas Kalonji. I'm the coordinator of this project. We are sure that from the few things you have said, you are ready to do what you have said you are going to do. Our facilitators will aid you in that process, but 95% of the work is going to be done by you.